Hey, what is going on? It is 2 minutes early. Hopefully everyone doesn't mind me starting a little early. It is a big game Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, whatever you want to call it. Fill in the blank, but I'm glad to be here. I had thought about, was I going to change the time, and I decided not to, just for consistency purposes, so everyone can expect me to always be here at 1 o'clock. So that's the plan. Sorry for the music. I didn't turn the music off, but hopefully you still heard me. But anyways, so it is Super Bowl Sunday, big game day. It's the big game edition of the Financial Mirror stream. So I'm going to jump right in. So hopefully we get this done. Like I said, I know the game starts in 30 minutes, so thank you. If you are watching this live, I really appreciate you being here. I know you could be pre-gaming, pre-cookouting, whatever it is with the game, but you decided to join the stream, and I truly appreciate it. So today's the day. To most, it's the Super Bowl, right? 102 million people watch the Super Bowl every year. And like I said, if you're watching this live, I'm going to wrap it up so you can catch it today. But first, I wanted to leave you with some really solid information for this week. But before you go watch the Tampa Bay Bucks play the Kansas City Chiefs, we're going to dive into the stream priority for today, which is the big game edition of the Financial Mirror. And it's a decision of this competition, right? And I took on this idea of focusing on the Bucks, because we got obviously in the big game today on Sunday, we've got the Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I decided to take that same concept, that same approach, and make this big game edition, and we're going to talk about the Bucks, these kind of Bucks, and the A-Chieves, which are I'm going to describe, which is a set of people that go after achievements and not about money. So what I want to do is I want to take those two concepts, those two principles, those two ways of life, and sort of break them down so you can figure out which one you're in, which one you may be more inclined to become a part of. But I think this is a really good episode. I think it's a really good stream on just laying those two pieces out there, because it's one of those things that I don't think that a lot of people think about. I think a lot of people choose a way of their life, or choose a career path, or choose something that they want to do. And I don't know if they really characterize which one of these categories they fall into, but everybody falls into one, give or take. So I wanted to create a competition between the two to show you the Bucks versus A-Chieves, right? So there's this dilemma, right? There's a huge dilemma that we face, and so many of us face it. And it's when you're thinking about like goal making, right? Short-term or long-term planning of goals, career. If you're looking at your career, your job, right? This could be what you're currently doing, or this could be a job that you want to do in the future. It doesn't really matter. But when you're thinking about the Bucks versus A-Chieves, you're thinking about this goal making, career, success. What do you define success at? Whether that's accolades, or a certain education level, or a job title that you're trying to achieve, or annual income, right? So that one's pretty self-explanatory, but it's how much money, how much money you want to make, or, that equates to the lifestyle that you want to live, or what standard of living you want to operate at. But this Bucks versus A-Chieves, I want you to keep those two things in mind. There's all these things that are going on, and once I think this will all start to make sense when I break down which, here in just a second, I'm gonna break down what defines you as a Buck, or what defines you as A-Chieve, right? So it's this competition between the two, and you can think about this competition between the two as they each have a trade-off. One is, it may be better for you, and the other one may be better for someone else. So it's not really you have to pick a side, right? You got to pick a side. Which one is it? And then you got to go with it. And this right here, this Bucks versus A-Chieves, is the true competition. This is where the competition comes in, and this is where the true big game begins. All right, so let's go. Let's jump right into it. So we're gonna start with the Bucks. All right, so hopefully everyone sees where we're going with this, but it'll, like I said, I'm hoping that it all makes sense once you hear the breakdown. So what I want to do is I want to take the Bucks and I'm going to start with them and I'm going to characterize each team, right? So we have two teams. We have the Bucks and we have A-Chieves. So I'm going to characterize both and let you pick out which one you are. So starting with the Bucks. So who are the Bucks? Like I said, we're going to characterize these guys. So the Bucks, these are going to be people who have this desire to earn more money, right? So you may think like, dude, that's everybody. Everybody wants more money. Okay, but no. Slow down, Chief. You are a buck. Slow down. These people, the Bucks, are these people that they look at money as their avenue to do things, to actually do things that they enjoy. Okay, so when you're thinking about the Bucks, you have to think about the character of people that they look at money as a avenue to do something that they enjoy. So it's not so much like this whole thing where, oh, if you do something you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. Okay, so the Bucks don't live that life. The Bucks don't live that. They don't care what they do. They just want to earn more money. They'll switch, all over the place to earn more money. That's the Bucks. So if that's you could be a Buck. So let me give you some examples of Bucks, right? So they hate desk jobs. This will be a huge example of a Buck. So they hate desk jobs, but they work in an HR department because the HR department pays $80,000 a year, right? And this allows the Bucks, quote unquote, the Bucks, to do what they love, travel. So they hate desk jobs. They work at this desk job at this HR department, but they only do it because of the high salary because they want to travel. So that's hopefully that you're picking that up. So the Bucks use money as an avenue to do what they want. So this person would use this HR job to travel, right? Because HR job pays a lot. They might actually, really want to be a flight attendant because they like to travel, right? That would be a perfect job for this person. But the flight attendant only makes $30,000 a year. Yeah, you travel, but you're not traveling where you want to go. And so this Buck wants to travel where they want to go, right? So they choose this desk job. They make $80,000 a year and they travel, okay? Or here's another example. So you have this person, right? This Buck, and they don't like working with rude people. Like they despise rude people. But they work as a general manager of a retail store because the general manager makes $100,000. So they deal with, as a Buck, you deal with whatever job you have because you're only working there as a income source. Like you only look at it as an income source. Your passion is in the money. The money motivates you. The money drives you. You're a Buck. Okay. So what is beneficial to that lifestyle? So if you fall into the Bucks, what is beneficial to you as a Buck? Well, you want more money. That's it. Like that's absolutely it. As a Buck, you want more money. You may transfer career fields constantly. Maybe you go from being a janitor to being, a coach to being like a high school coach to being, an IT guy to fill in the blank. You keep going up to where you're a manager of something and you're making a lot of money, right? You transfer jobs, and you work in jobs that you don't like. You perform side hustles. You don't even need it, right? You're making plenty of money and you're still performing side hustles. Why? You don't need it, but you're motivated by money. So you see these people working multiple jobs, not because they have to, but because they want to. They work extra hours whenever they're available. So the Bucks are these people, these categories of people that just are driven by money. Money motivates them. Money is the part that makes them, like, they desire going to work because they want to make money. Now, I'm not saying that they hate their job, because they obviously want to perform at a decent level because they want to keep their job and they want to continue to move on to higher paying jobs. So it's not they don't care. They're driven by the money part of it. Okay. So the things that that about a buck that you won't see in a buck is they really don't care about a certain job title. So as much as they may be a manager, they may not even care about being a manager. They're not power hungry. They're not driven by that. They don't really care. They don't really care what field they work in. Like I said, you'll see them jump between career fields. They don't need awards to motivate them. They don't really they don't really look for anyone to validate their worth. They know their worth, and they continue to build on their worth because they just think that they're worth more money. So what's the downside, right? So all these good things, you heard all these great things about bucks, like the bucks. So what's the downside to being a buck? Well, you're this constant drive for more money. You can lose track of things, right? Like relationships. Like if you're always working extra hours and putting in extra time, like your relationships with your friends and your family and your spouse or whatever is gonna take a little hit for that. Future planning, you're always thinking about just more money, and so you really don't ever think about where you're going to end up, and so you don't really have you'll see less planning in that sense. And sometimes there becomes like this less control of spending. Like there's just bad spending habits that come with that because you're making more money, so you spend more type of thing. And the other thing that I think is the biggest downside is it's this constant grind, this constant uncomfortableness, the constant switching of occupations can get you burned out. You're constantly grinding, and you can get burned out. So that's the bucks, right? So the bucks are chasing the money. They're chasing the bucks. They're chasing the career doesn't matter. They just want the money. Okay. So let's get to A-Chieves or achievers. This is this idea of A-Chieves. The whole concept, the whole premise of the achievers is that these people, they desire, like I said, achievements. They desire accolades. They desire awards, etc. Like these people, they want their life to look like a book. So everything that they have this plan. They're like, I want this, I want this, I want this, and they complete certain things to write chapters in that book. Okay, so this constant like movement of wanting these certain things to happen is what drives the achievers. That they're driven off of accomplishments, accolades. Like I said, they want these things. So examples of that is they want to earn a bachelor's degree. Like they've never, like the first college graduate of their family, like that would be something they need that to define them, right? Or they want to earn some other level of education, master's, doctorate, whatever. Like that would be an achievement. Like that's something that they want to chase after. Or they want to gain a particular job title, like director or manager or coordinator, or just what they want. They want something to show that they got to a certain spot, and they're driven by that. They want to work hard so they can become a manager. It doesn't matter how many low-end jobs they take. It doesn't matter how much money they make. They just want these things to happen for them, or they want to achieve these certain career milestones. So it's very important that the achieves are truly they want these definitions of success to be defined in a certain pattern. Okay. So what's beneficial to the achieves, right? They're planners. They're working to achieve these certain things in their life. They may spend years in college to achieve these things, or they may work in this same career field, maybe even for the same exact company. Like they're just a lifer of whatever company it is they're working for. Like they work for that company forever, and they move up and they get these promotions, and that's their life. Like that's what they wanted. Like that is like they wanted to end up saying, I was the manager of XYZ company, right? You'll see that achieves work in a career field that they enjoy, because there's accolades that they want in that career field. Like there's things that they desire, and the reason why they went into that career field was to achieve certain things, right? So they work in that career field and they don't leave it. And they'll make these career decisions, right? So whenever they're going through their career, they make these decisions based off the impact of the milestones that they want to achieve. So in that book that we're talking about, that book that they're writing, um, they want to achieve these things, and they make their decisions throughout their whole entire career off of those things. All right. So what do they not do? They have no direct tie to making decisions on more money. Okay, and that's where if you listen to all these things about the bucks and you're like, I'm not really a buck, yeah, more money's good, but it doesn't really motivate me. I'm more driven by like awards or accomplishments and all that. So if that's you, you probably just heard, well, like really have no direct tie to making decisions or more money. That probably would throw you into an achieve category. So if you really, and I'm not, so let me back up. I'm not saying with this that you don't want more money. All right. But what I am saying is that if you were given job A and job B, and job A pays, one salary, and job B pays more than job A's salary, but job A lines up better with that book you're trying to write, those chapters you're trying to achieve, you're probably going to take the less money when you're achieve, right? You're probably going to take the money that's going to line you up to that career path, because you're looking at it from a planning perspective. You're looking at it from a perspective of, well, if I'll take this now, this will get me to where I want to go, right? So thumbs up for that. And what you're hoping for is that eventually the money won't be an issue, because you're going to get to where you want to be, right? So I think that's the part that the money part of the achieves is that's different from the bucks, right? Is that achieves truly, they see that they're going to have more money, but they don't really care to have it now. They care more about, I'm going to do what I enjoy, and eventually, years down the road, I'm going to do something that I enjoy, and I'm going to make money doing it. Okay. That's sort of the mindset shift that happens between the bucks and achieves. So you have to understand that piece to understand which one you fall into. The biggest downside for the achieves, though, is that you could work for the same company, slaving away, missing out on other opportunities that you may not have ever known existed, because you were cooped up working for, I'll just say Best Buy, right? Because I worked for Best Buy, general manager of Best Buy. So if I stayed with Best Buy and I became a lifer of Best Buy, and then I went on from being general manager to a district manager to, a regional manager or whatever, like I would eventually get to more money, right? But it would take me years to get there. That would be an achieve mindset. Okay. So, the other downside, and this one's a little more like, I don't really know how to say it. This one's a little more, touchy, but you could, as an achieve, you could look back on your life and think, wow, I missed out on so much, especially if you don't get the achievement that you want, right? So if you wanted to be like that regional manager of Best Buy, and then all of a sudden you never get there, you could look back and be like, wow, I missed out on so much because I wanted this and I never got it, right? I never got it. So all of a sudden you end up being where you're in this battle, this constant battle of trying to earn those achievements, because if you don't achieve them, you could feel like you failed yourself, right? Kind of. So which is better? Okay. So I broke down the bucks. So you have this group on one side of the field, and you're like, all right, so the bucks, they want to get money, like they want to get money, they want to grind, they want to, all they care about is making the money, right? Like they don't live by the motto, money can't buy happiness, money can't, like they just want money, all right? And then you have these other guys over here that are not, I'm not gonna say they don't grind, because they do their own thing, but they grind through other things, right? They grind to get these achievements. They want these awards. They want this recognition. They want to do these things. They want certain things, and eventually the money will come. So which is better? So this is where this competition between the two happens, because and I want you to look at it like that. I chose this concept for a reason, not just because it's Super Bowl Sunday or Big Game Sunday, whatever we're gonna call it. Not because of that, but there's a competition, because when you're working with people and you're working around people, you have to understand that one is motivated by one thing and one is motivated by another. If you have Bucks and you have Chieves in your company, in your life, if you have friends that are one or the other, you have to understand that their view of life, and specifically this being a financial driven stream, a financial driven podcast, you have to understand that there's people out there that are going to give advice or give what they've done, and it's not going to line up with what you view, right? Because you may be a Buck and you may be trying to take advice from Achieve, and it's not gonna work if you don't recognize that, okay? And I'm gonna tell you it's not gonna work, because what they were going after, if you're a Buck, you got a little bit more oomph to go and just do it. Like, you just want to go do it because it makes more money, and that drives you to be successful at that. Versus Achieve is going to be more not as spontaneous, to just go out and just do it, because they don't want to hold back themselves from getting the achievements that they desire. So you have to be cognizant of the fact that there's two types of personalities out there, and it's a constant battle. It's a constant competition between the two, and that's what this whole episode is about. So we broke down the characteristics. So we've got the Bucks, we know who they are. We got the Chieves, we know who they are. So what's better? I can't answer that question for you. So got you. So I can't answer it, and that's a tough question for me to answer. So there's three things that I want to leave you with, and then you can decide the winner of this big game between the Bucks and the Chieves. Okay, and I'm not talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm talking about the Bucks, these guys, and the Achieves, the Achievers. Okay, so three things. I'm going to leave you with three things that you can walk away from this stream and say. So one of them, hopefully at this point, before I jump into the three, hopefully at this point you recognize which one of those you fall into. If you don't, go back, re-listen, think about the characteristics, find which one you relate more to, and go with it. I'm not saying there won't be some overlap, because there easily can be, but find which one you most relate to. All right, and then let's jump into these three things. So first, Bill Hybels said that a vision is a picture of the future that produces passion. All right, so the vision is the picture, and that vision, or that picture of that future, right, will produce the passion. Okay, so therefore, make a plan. So knowing which one of these you are, make a plan of things you want to accomplish first. All right, there's no shortcuts to any of this stuff that you're planning. There's no shortcuts to getting it. All right, so understand that first. There is no shortcuts, but the passion that follows that vision is going to help you stay on track. Okay, so if you don't build out that plan, if you don't build out that vision, if you don't build out those things that you want to do, they're not really concrete. Like, they're just ideas. Like, they're just hopes. They're just hopes that they happen. Like, you're literally gambling on, I'm hoping this happens. Like, if I go to a casino and I roll a dice and I'm hoping for snake eyes, I'm only hoping. Like, I'm just hoping it happens. Like I've got to write this stuff down. So in this book, in the book that I'm reading, I want to do an episode on it. And huge shout outs to the book, but the 12-week year, and it talks about how you can't, like people fail, like people like me, right, that have a personality like me. Like, I have always felt like, why do I need to write it down? I know what I need to be doing. I just need to go do it. But here's the thing, and this is a part that just really struck me, and hopefully this strikes you too, is that in the 12-week year, he talks about specifically, people don't write things down because they don't want to fail. So let me clear that up. People don't write them down. Like, I don't write down my goals, or I don't write down my accomplishments, or I don't write down on my calendar. I don't write down what I'm going to do for the day, because then when all of a sudden, when I don't reach my goal, or I don't complete everything that was on my calendar, I feel like I failed myself. And so to keep me from feeling like I failed myself, I just don't write it down, because then there's nothing to hold me accountable for what I did not do. Okay. So it's very important. It's very important that you understand that you've got to make a plan first. You've got to make a plan for not only your life, but for your finances, for everything. You've got to have a plan first. Okay. So number one, like I said, make a plan of the things you want to accomplish first. So make the plan. When you have the plan, you can start to work it in its own way. So there's hard work and smart work, okay? But hard work, in my opinion, hard work equals smart work. One's not better than the other. These things have to work together. You got to have both. The smart part is the plan you create. The hard work is you putting in the effort to get there, okay? So starting with that, make the plan, use the hard and smart work method. Smart work, put the plan, hard work, or smart work plan, creates the plan. The hard work carries it out and puts the effort in, okay? Number two, please don't be scared of change, okay? Don't be scared of change. Change is uncomfortable. I got it. Change is uncomfortable. When people want to change, when people want to come, you get a new boss, right? And your boss comes in and it's like wanting to change all this stuff around inside this company. You've worked there for 15 years. You're like, dude, we've done it the same way for 15 years. Why are you trying to change stuff now? Change can be uncomfortable, but change is what drives the habits that you currently live, okay? Like everything that you're currently doing is driven by the habits that you've created, okay? Everything. So if your habits don't line up to getting all the things that are in your plan, we've got to redevelop those habits. If your goal is to save $100 and you don't have a habit of saving, you're never going to reach your goal of $100, okay? Just saying. I know that's an obvious example, but I'm just saying. So you have to develop that muscle, that key part of saving, learning to save, so that you will get to your $100 savings, all right? So don't try to change everything at once. Don't try to change every habit in your life, because it's truly easy to fall back into old habits. So if you had a habit of doing something and all of a sudden you get into this uncomfortable feeling, right? Like it's feeling a little you don't really know that it's going to be easy to fall back into an old habit, but you don't have to. Stay strong, stay focused, and you're going to start to be able to see that changes are going to start to happen to your habits, and they're going to start driving that plan that you created, okay? So number one, make the plan. Please make the plan of the things you want to accomplish. Two, don't be scared of change, but you've got to change the habits that are driving that plan, okay? Don't try to change everything at once. Change the habits. Just start focusing on a single habit, change it, do another one, okay? And then finally, the third thing. Told you 3 things, we're doing 3. As you can tell from this stream, so if you listen to it from start to finish, you can tell that there truly is no winner between the Bucks and the Chiefs, okay? Just so you know, there's no winner between the two, and that's honestly because everyone's definition of success is different. So if I'm a Buck, my definition of success is more money. If I'm a Chief, my definition of success is more accolades, more achievements. So one is not better than the other, because everyone's definition of success is different. All right. You've got to do 1 and 2, make the plan, start working those habits that are going to drive to accomplish that plan. And whatever that plan is, whether you're a Buck or a Chief, you've got to have a plan that focuses on what's going to make you happy, content, and feel like a success in your own life, okay? So you can be the Bucks and chase money. You can be the Chief and work toward those achievements in hopes of, the income's going to follow. But truly, this whole thing, it all starts with you, all right? So it all starts with what you're going to do in your life to reach the amount of success that you desire, okay? So build the good habits, make the necessary changes today, because that's what's going to drive the life that you want. That's going to drive the life you desire, and that's what's going to drive you feeling accomplished in your life. Every single day when you're working toward a plan that you created, you're doing all these habits, these things that are driving you to accomplish that plan, you will start to feel accomplished. You will start to feel like your life has purpose. You will start to know that what you're doing is making a difference in your life. You're not just going through the motions of life. Okay. So no matter, no matter what, just know it all starts with you. You got to continue to improve yourself. You've got to continue to use that blueprint, that plan, those habits to start to sort of start to achieve a blueprint to work off of for you to achieve the kind of success that you want. And no matter the path you choose, no matter what, if you're a buck or achieve, it really doesn't matter. All I'm trying to teach you is that you can achieve your goals professionally, personally, relationally, financially. All parts of your life can change. You have to focus on that. It's you that's in control of your life. You are in control of your goals. Okay. Build the good habits, make the necessary changes today, and you will thank me next year. If you do all of this for a year, I promise you, you will thank me next year. You will come back to this stream next year, and you will have all in the chat just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. You changed my life. Because I'm telling you, just these simple things. Make a plan, change the habits, and you will find the definition of success in your own life just by those two things, okay? So I truly appreciate it. If you've watched today, I truly appreciate your support. I really do. If you're watching this live, it's always great to catch it live. If you ever have any questions or comments during the live stream, please throw them in the chat. I'd love to answer them in real time for you. If you're listening on Apple Podcast today and this is, and you're following up on this and you're enjoying the stream, please leave a 5-star review. It's real simple. Just scroll down, hit the 5 stars, show your support that way. I truly appreciate it. And as always, if you need a financial coach to help you build a plan to get out of debt or plan for retirement or build a budget and helping you stick to it, or any other financial help, please reach out to me today. And you can go to financialmirror.org/contact, or if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, listen to the podcast, it's down in the description below. Just click that button, go to the contact. There's no financial issue too big or too small to contact, and we can work through everything together. So with that, truly appreciate it. Hopefully everyone enjoys the football game. And if, like I said, if you're listening to this on a podcast, we already know who won. You already know. So like I said, it's truly a great time. I really enjoyed doing this. It's nothing but great things that are going to come out of your life if you just apply these simple principles. So with that, appreciate everything, and I hope everyone has a great week. See you next week. Peace.